Hey, welcome back to another episode of your favorite collection show on the YouTubes, Collector's Corner with Corey Smith, and that is me, Corey Smith, your host, showing off all kinds of pieces from the collection. Yeah, episode 24, we're revisiting my vinyl collection. I wanna rock! Woo! Bam! Vinyl part 2 in the house. Oh my God, it has been a minute since we talked about some vinyl, and we got plenty of more to talk about today. So, before I get started, hit that like if you like what you see. Hit that subscribe if you want to see more. Hit that share if you want some other people to see more. And comment if you got something to say.
I will follow him.
But on with the show. Vinyl part 2. Here we go. Ain't wasting no time. First one up is a scary sounds to make you shiver.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
Woohoo, baby! Look at this old ass motherfucker right here. So yeah, what you got here? It's just, one of these old school spooky sounds of terror, sounds of horror, chains and ghosts and ghouls and monsters and just all kind of eerie sounds. It's designed for Halloween fun. Make the chills run up your spine. So you're just getting what you get. You're getting a bunch of crazy Halloween sounds. Look at this cover, though. Good God, the artwork on this thing blows me away. I love it. Look at this. You got Dracula. You got monsters behind the cage. You got Frankenstein. The Wolfman. You got some kind of grave digger or something on here. I don't know. What's your grave robber? Just everything going on this cover. Look at this thing right here. Oh, it's spooky on the back, too. Gives you the whole lineup, a little write-up about what you're getting. I've always just... Whoa, Jesus Christ! That record just tried to fly out of there. I mean, you're talking about old. Look at this thing right here. This thing is all beat up and been around and back again. Sounds to make you shiver. Woo! Ghosts and goblins. Just in time for Halloween, man, but again, just the artwork, old school 70s style, Universal style monster artwork. I just get on down with this record any day of the week, baby. Woo! So there you go. On to number 2. What do we got for number 2? We're going into music now. We got the goofy Halloween sounds out of the way. Let's get into some rock and roll. And what do we have here? Neil Young with his backing band, the Crazy Horse Live Rush.
This is the Great White North.
So yeah, this is a live album, double live album from Neil Young. We're talking 1979. Close-up of the guitar. It's got the Jimi Hendrix button on his strap, and got the guitar in the treble setting. Long set list right here, because we're talking double live 1979, out on the road. Dang, look at this big old stage setup right here. They got these gigantic mock amps and stuff that they're playing in front of. Big megalithic amps. You got Crazy Horse back here as his backing band. Those for not familiar, too familiar with Neil Young. You got two sides of Neil Young. You got the solo acoustic Only Love Will Bring the High. And then you've got the Crazy Horse album. So that's when he wants to turn it up and wants to rock out. He brings in the Crazy Horse fellas, and then they just crank up the fuzz, the distortion, the feedback, the whole deal. And so, you're getting the big rock classics like on here. You're getting Cortez, The Killer, of course, Cinnamon Girl, Like a Hurricane. A lot of the Crazy Horse rocking tracks right here. God, look at this. And not only do you get the double or the gatefold, you get the sleeves, even more pictures, doing the triple vocals on the one mic. There he is, got the harmonica thing around his neck, and just doing his thing. But the cool thing about this stage setup, if you've ever seen the live, the recording, actual video recording here, first off, there he is playing the acoustic up in front of the big giant monolithic amp. Is that his roadies and like all the gear people, and they were dressed up like these weird monks, fucking Jawas. I don't know what the hell they were supposed to be. Coming out here, moving stage setups around, bringing him his gear, changing guitars, all that stuff. Techs and roadies all dressed up in this crazy druids. I don't know what the hell they're supposed to be. But again, Neil Young with Crazy Horse rocking out. There you go. Number 2 down. Now we're ready for number 3. Woo, number 3 right here. Coming up, I'll go ahead and tell you this album and this band, when I was growing up, when I was a kid, in my house, this band was all over the place. My brother was a huge fan. I was a huge fan. We had records, toys, t-shirts, you name it. This band was beloved in the Smith house back in the 80s. The Kiss.
Give me some sugar, baby.
Kiss was just an influential band on kids back in the 70s and 80s. I mean, you cannot deny that. I don't care how cheesy they may be and how cheesy they may have gotten or have had always been. And I understand if you're not into it, the goofball sort of theatrical rock. But God, man, I grew up loving some Kiss. I still dig a lot of Kiss. Right here, Kiss Alive 2. I love this album. Now, some live album purists, they may look down on this one because there was some post-live in the studio touch-ups, overdubs, what have you. Maybe it's not 100% live right out of the mixing board. I mean, but they were perfectionists. They wanted their shit to sound good, and it does sound good. I don't care if they go in and slap a little overdubs in this mug. I mean, the crowd, you still hear the crowd, and the songs on Alive 2. I think they stepped it up. I mean, their songwriting had gotten better since Alive 1. Also a fantastic double album. But right here, you kick it off. You wanted the best. You got the best. The hottest band in the world. Kick. Oh, Detroit, Rock City. You gotta lose your mind in Detroit, Rock City. One of the greatest rock songs ever written. Detroit Rock City. They opened the show, come flying out. Oh man, I love it. But you got other classics on here. You got Love Gun. He's talking about his dick. You got all these other songs on here. Call in Dr. Love. Still talking about his dick. You got Christine 16. You got Hollywood Woman. Peter Criss, the drummer, the Cat Man. He right there comes out for the piano solo two-thirds of the way through. Beth, God of Thunder. Shout it out loud. Oh, just so many great rocking songs from Kiss. And there they are, the fellas. You got the Demon, Gene Simmons, the Star Child. We're Kiss. Oh, come on, we're Kiss. You got Paul Stanley, the Star Child. You got the Spaceman, Ace Frehley, with the fire shooting out of the guitar and the whole deal. And then the Catman, Peter Criss on the drums there. Boom. And then your full gatefold opens up. Magnificent stage show from this. You got the... You gotta lose your mind, Detroit. There you go. You got the Spaceman and the Star Child, Peter Criss, and then the Demon. Oh yeah. So huge, sweet, big old gatefold, fold out vinyl record. Kiss. Love them. Ooh, wait, this one gets me pumped every time, boy, I tell you. Ooh, so there we go. Kiss 2. And we got 2 left. Oh, you see what I did there? Here we go. What's up next? Oh, here we go. Mr. Jimi Hendrix.
You cannot hear Jimmy.
Greatest guitar player. One of the greatest songwriters of all time. The Jimi Hendrix Concert. So what you got here is, it tells you right here, contains previously unreleased performances. This is a compilation live album of Jimi Hendrix. You've got multiple songs from different venues, different live events over the course of a couple of years as he first made his way into the music scene. I mean, you've got the Winterland, you've got Pop Festival, you've got all these other, Albert Hall, Berkeley. You get all these different big festivals and shows that he was playing at around there from 67 to 69, 70. And this thing just compiles a bunch of his live recordings together right here. So, you know, just different ones. And it tells you exactly where it was recorded and what date and all that good stuff right there. There's the famous shot from the Monterey Pop Festival, setting the guitar on fire. Wow, yeah. And so, great artwork on the front there. But then, boom! Let's fold it up, baby. There we go. It's got a whole big old write-up in here. It tells you everything about all. First, it gives you a breakdown, kind of a quick bio history of Jimi Hendrix and the Jimi Hendrix experience, the whole deal. And then it kind of talks about his live performances on the road, going to the festivals, doing the whole thing, where they got the footage from, or the sounds from, or the audio from. What the hell am I even saying? Wherever they got the bullshit. So here you go, more write-ups, all that good kind of stuff. Oh, this is a whole little square right here. Tells you about the artist on the front that did the painting. Very cool, just double record. Sleeves don't have any kind of artwork on them, so I ain't pulling them out. But there you go, Jimi Hendrix live concerts. Got some cool stuff up in here. Fire. I Don't Live Today, Red House, Stone Free, Are You Experienced, Little Wing, Voodoo Child, Bleeding Heart, Hey Joe, Wild Thing, and Hair Train to Come In. These recordings are authorized from the estate of Jimi Hendrix, so yeah, official release, all that good stuff. So there you go, Jimi Hendrix. There we go. Last one. Oh, and the last one for today on the vinyl part 2 is sort of a goofball album, but you know, if you've checked out my videos before, you know I'm an old school wrestling fan. And back in the 80s, the WWF released the wrestling album.
It's me, Hulk Hogan.
This thing is from 1985. You've got all the WWF superstars here. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Hillbilly Jim, JYD the Junkyard Dog, Captain Lou Albano, I forget the announcer's name, Jesse the Body Ventura, there's Vince McMahon, Mean Gene Oakland, Classy Freddie Blassie, the Killer Bees, Jumping Jim Brunzell, and B. Brian Blair. You got Randy Macho Man Savage, and his Lady Miss Elizabeth, Mr. Fuji, and shit, I can't even tell who else back all up in here. You got Jimmy Hart, there's Don Morocco, I can't tell who the hell's hiding up in there, but there's Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Boom, and then it flips around. Look at this. Whoa. Yeah, there we go. Oh my God, there's the missing link. Greg the Hammer Valentine. Oh, there's Uncle Elmer. You got the U.S. Express, the Widowmaker Barra Wyndham, and the Mike Rotundo, and there's George the Animal Still, the Green Tongue, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, Hulkamania, of course. Got all these people back here. This is a huge lineup, and what they did was they put all of these dudes, or all these different wrestlers. Now you got the bad guys over here. Rowdy Roddy Popper yelling, going, "Ah, you don't know what you're doing back here. Come on." There's Hillbilly Jim and Uncle Elmer. Nikolai Volkov and Iron Sheik like, oh, America sucks, you down with America. Captain Lou, Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Anyway, so what they did was they got all these wrestlers together, and they all made up their own different songs, you know, their entrance songs and stuff. Like Hillbilly Jim comes out to a song, don't go messing with a country boy, don't go messing with a country boy. Junkyard Dog, Grab 'em by the Cakes. You got The Real American, which was Hulk Hogan's theme song for a long time, done by Derringer. I am a real American, fight for the rights of every man. I love old school 80s wrestling, and so this thing, as a kid, you know, I had to have this thing in the album collection. I don't know, probably either came from like Columbia House or picked it up at Cats Music or one of those. And anyway, but yeah, goofy, got all the silly songs, you got all the 80s old school wrestling, official album, all of that good stuff. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed another trip down memory lane for Vinyl Part 2. For all my vinyl fans, all my vinyl lovers out there. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. And again, all that stuff, the liking and the subscribing and the blah 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 blahs, you know what's up. If you dig it, let's do it again, and I'll check you on the flip side. Woo!